To dry pluck a duck, all you're doing is taking the feathers right off the duck, but there is a few tricks to it, and I'm going to go through it right here. I always start with ducks by taking the wings off, because the wings are the hardest part. When you have the wings plucked, then I usually move to the neck, and you're grabbing some feathers, and you're coming up like this. You go against the grain of the feather. And don't grab too many. Just take your time. I tend to like to rub my thumb against the skin, and with this hand I'm holding the skin back so that it's taut. So here we have some shot. This bird, this is where I shot this bird. So you have to be real careful and just work real slow. And I'm anchoring the skin with my left hand here and just gently working on it. There's a little rip there. So you see here that the skin wants to rip. So if you pull it, it will rip. Duck skin is very resilient until it's broken. And then, just like any bird skin, it will rip pretty bad sometimes. In general, I only pluck ducks that have been lightly shot. If you have a duck that's you've center patterned and you've hit it with a lot of shot, it's probably best to skin it. I can either finish with the neck, or I can pull this tail feathers out, which is what I'm going to do. Again, you anchor the duck with one hand and just pull straight back. Don't grab the whole tail, just grab a couple of feathers at a time. Plucking is like life. Don't pull more than you can handle. So now I'm going to take all this back feathers off. So I use the feet as kind of an anchor. And I'm plucking against the grain here. Again, be careful around the shot holes. And I'm plucking. You want to keep your fingers as dry as possible. So I wear an apron when you do this. It's important. So you take it and you're plucking. You know, I'll slow it down. Grab and pluck. And you want to do it with some force. You know, as if you're plucking something hot off a stove. Here you can just kind of go a little faster. Now I'm going to finish the neck here. I like to hold on to where the breast ends and the neck starts, just to keep that skin taut. And again, don't grab too much at the same time. You're kind of opening, see that little spot there? Use that as your work area, right? And you're just expanding slowly around it. So around this edge here, where the wing attaches, this is an area that can rip very easily. So just kind of be careful. You want to watch what you're doing here. You don't want to grab that skin by mistake. If you grab the skin by mistake, you will rip it, and you will be sad. Especially if you're 3/4 of the way done. So with the feet, I usually go the other way, right around the ankles. Feet can be persnickety. There's lots of feathers and down right here on the base of the bird here. That's what keeps the bird warm when he's sitting in the water. So that's a general rough pluck. Looks good, no shots on the breast. And now you just have to spend some time doing the detail work. And I like to start an open patch like that and then just work around it. And you know, if you miss a few, that's fine. When you run it under cold water, you will get the rest of them. Looking kind of good, right? It's starting to look like a pretty duck that you want to eat. Now, because I had a couple of rips here and there on the skin, what I'm going to do is I'm going to clip the end of these wings. The reason I kept these on as long as I did, even though I knew I wasn't going to use them, is because if you have it, this skin is going to retract as soon as you cut it. And so I made sure to pluck all around here first. That way you get a cleaner cut and a cleaner duck. So again, use the bone notch, come right up there, and then clip it just like that. Now you want to take the neck off. Don't want to take it off here because the skin's going to retract. So you take it off, maybe an inch. And then what you do with the kind of the stump of the neck is you pull the skin back, and then you take the knife or the shears and you clip it like that. So last thing to do is cut the feet. Take your shears, cuts right through. You're not really cutting bone, you're cutting right through tendons. No. So there you go. Dry plucked duck. We're going to take it inside and we're going to wash it and get a lot of this extra fuzzy stuff off, and then gut it, and then it'll be good to go.